going on, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Fire podcast, where we want to stoke the flames of freedom every single day. My name is Kendall Bowman. I got a loaded show for you guys today, but before I get into that, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, and share this show with your friends. Let's try to grow the channel. Follow me on all the socials down in the description, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. Oh, man. The truth is always going to come out, guys. From the Wall Street Journal, lab leak, most likely origin of COVID-19 pandemic, Energy Department now says. Oh, you don't say. Oh, let's read. The U.S. Energy Department has concluded that the COVID pandemic most likely arose from a laboratory leak, according to a classified intelligence report recently provided to the White House and key members of Congress. The shift by the Energy Department, which previously was undecided on how the virus emerged, is noted in an update to a 2021 document by Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines' office. The new report highlights how different parts of the intelligence community have arrived at disparate judgments about the pandemic's origin. The Energy Department now joins the Federal Bureau of Investigation in saying the virus likely spread via a mishap at a Chinese laboratory. Four other agencies, along with a national intelligence panel, still judge that it was likely the result of a natural transmission, and two are undecided. The Energy Department's conclusion is the result of new intelligence and is significant because the agency has considerable scientific expertise and oversees the network of U.S. national laboratories, some of which conduct advanced biological research. The Energy Department made its judgment with low confidence. According to people who have read the classified report, the FBI previously came to the conclusion that the pandemic was likely the result of a lab leak in 2021 with moderate confidence and still holds to this view. Now, I find this absolutely hilarious because, one, what does it mean for something to be the most likely thing that happened, but you're saying that with low confidence? Like, you're still saying it's the most likely thing that happened. Oh my goodness. And then the second thing is that the public has pretty much known that it most likely came from the Wuhan Institute of Virology since probably late 2020, early 2021, because let's be honest, the media's story doesn't really make sense. You know, you've got this wet market where they were saying the virus came from right across the street from this Institute of Virology, where we know they were doing gain-of-function research on this virus. Oh, it's hilarious. The way that the media will just lie and cover things up is just absolutely hilarious, man. So funny. Now, so from what I have been hearing, okay, I have no proof of this. I will come out and say that. I have no proof of this. I have no sources on this. From what I have been hearing from other people is that the reason that they are coming out and they are admitting to this now is that they want to use this as a way to go to war with China. And you know, let me explain. So it is pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point that China will invade Taiwan at some point. Okay, now the United States is making strides to try and build these chip factories here in the United States so that we won't be it won't be such a big deal if Taiwan were taken. We would still be able to produce our own chips. The problem is that we're not building these factories fast enough. These factories are still said to be a long ways off in being completed. Then you got to go through the hiring process. Then you got to get all the machinery, and then it's a whole thing, guys. As a guy who works in manufacturing I work at a manufacturing plant in Arlington, Texas. It's a whole thing, okay? It's not easy to manufacture large machinery, let alone these small little chips. It's very difficult. It's a very complex process. And I believe there's only one nation on the entire planet that has a company that actually builds the machines you need that to actually build these chips. I believe it's the Netherlands. I'm not entirely sure on that. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. I believe, and this is what I've been hearing, that once again, no proof, that this will be a catalyst for a war with China. Because it's a foregone conclusion that China will eventually invade Taiwan. We know that at this point. The tensions have been rising for like 20 years now. It's insane. And it's so that's a foregone conclusion. I believe that Biden will use this as a way and as a reason to get involved in that conflict. They will say, "Oh, you remember all your grandparents that died because of this virus? Yeah, that was China's fault. They did it on purpose." Now, I hope that, China just doesn't invade Taiwan and we can just completely avoid that situation altogether. But, it's China. They like to get what they want. And so I'm not really going to hold my breath on that. And as we've seen from this administration, is that they love to stick their nose in places where it shouldn't be. Ukraine, for example. Yeah, it's very scary times, guys. Very scary times. I'm hoping that this does not come to that. It does feel nice to finally see that the truth is coming out and finally see that, oh, hey, I was right the whole time. All of these people, half the country that was saying this since late 2020, we've been right the whole time. That feels good. It doesn't feel good to know that the reason why they're doing this, well, it doesn't feel good to speculate or to hear the speculation that the reason why they're coming out with this now is because they want to use it for a catalyst for war with yet another nuclear power. That does not feel good. Okay, so that's all I've got to say on that. Before I get into my next story, if you have not hit the like button, subscribe button, what are you doing? It's free. Go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment in the comment section if you think that if you think that there might be more to this story. If you think that my commentary is wrong on this, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think on this. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. You know what I'm saying? I've been wrong before. So tell me in the comment section if you think I'm wrong, if you think that there's more to this, if you think that there's not, if you think that this is just, whatever. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. And follow me on all the socials down in the description, man. I want to get to know you guys. I want to talk to you guys. You guys can contact me on Instagram and my DMs. Just let's talk. Let's have conversations, at Freedom Fire Podcast. All right, guys. For the next story of the day, we're getting right into the primary election season. The primary races are about to start here pretty soon. So let's get into this story here from the Daily Caller. Trump unveils pro-American trade agenda to end economic reliance on China. You gotta love it. Former President Donald Trump unveiled his trade agenda to end U.S. dependence on China as part of his 2024 presidential campaign. Trump released a video on Truth Social touting pro-American trade to end our reliance on China. In the video, Trump goes through his plan to create universal tariffs and American economic independence from China. My agenda will tax China to build up America. The heart of my vision is a sweeping pro-America overhaul of our tax and trade policy to move from the Biden system that punishes domestic producers and rewards outsourcers to a system that rewards domestic production and taxes foreign companies and those who export American jobs, Trump said. His agenda would include phasing in a universal tariff system on most foreign goods. The tariffs would increase for countries devaluing their currency, subsidizing their industry, or abusing existing trade agreements. Trump pledged to pair the tariffs on foreign producers with tax cuts for domestic producers to potentially reduce the U.S. trade deficit and create new jobs. The tax revenue from tariffs on foreign goods would be used to invest in American workers, families, and communities, Trump said. He promised to eliminate U.S. dependence on China by revoking China's most favored nation status with the World Trade Organization and phasing out imports of essential goods from China. Additionally, Trump suggested rules to stop U.S. companies from investing in China and preventing China from buying American land. He would eliminate federal contracts from companies outsourcing to China to incentivize companies to follow his trade rules. He did not offer specifics on how his plan would be enacted. He accused President Joe Biden of being weak on China because of his family's links to Chinese business entities. Biden passed bipartisan legislation subsidizing U.S. manufacturing of microchips and created new restrictions targeting China's microchip industry in 2022. He has refused to repeal Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs on Chinese goods despite industry pressure, Bloomberg reported. Now, okay, this is what you need to understand about these kinds of policies, okay? This is a long-term policy. From what I understand about these economic policies here, these are long-term plans. These are things that will, over time, force companies to stop outsourcing their products from China, and will eventually force companies to start manufacturing things in the United States again, okay? Now, the way that you do this is that you make it more expensive for us to get the products from China. You make it less expensive to manufacture it here. The way that you do this is by taxing the products that come in from China and lowering taxes on goods here in America, on goods that are made here in America, and companies that are building things here in America. Now, obviously, we cannot know the future. We cannot know what's going to happen in the 2024 election. We cannot know if the Republican, if we can't know if Donald Trump will even win the election, let alone if the Republicans can take the House and the Senate, which, let's be honest, if they don't win the House or the Senate, even if Donald Trump were to win, this isn't happening. Trump's not going to get anything through because, the deadlock between Democrats and Republicans is just insane, man. There's just no bipartisanship, no reaching across the aisle, no more talking, no more compromise. The divide has gotten bad here in America between the two parties. But in terms of this policy, I like it. I really do. Will it increase prices? Will it in the short term? Yes. Does it force companies to bring their manufacturing back to the United States and give Americans those jobs and give American cities that economy and that bump in economy? Yes, it does. But that is in the long term. So this is what you have to understand about this policy. The left-wing media, say Trump and the Republicans they sweep. They take the House, the Senate, and Trump gets back into the White House, okay? And they go to pass this policy. This is what you need to understand about what the left-wing media is going to say about this. Oh, Donald Trump said he was going to fix the economy, but all he's doing is raising prices. Yes, because this is this is not a short-term gain policy. This is a long-term gain policy. This is something that works in the long term. Now, I get it. We have to do other things as well to bring down inflation so that prices are not so high on the American people, because the American people are already struggling. And I get it. You don't want to hear that, oh, this guy's going to get into office and he's going to raise prices. No. What's going to happen is Donald Trump is going to get back into office. Well, if Donald Trump gets back into office, this is what he's going to do. He's going to allow us to produce our own energy again. He's gonna reopen the construction of the Keystone Pipeline from Canada into the U.S., which will lower gas prices, which will allow trucking companies to move goods, which will allow trains and trucking to move goods at a cheaper price, which will bring down the prices of your everyday products in your stores, which will lower inflation, which will make it easier on us to be able to get to get eggs, which are $6 right now, which is absolutely insane. Man, I got to get some chickens, man. I live in an apartment, so it's tough. But I'm telling you, man, if I'm able to get into a house, I'm getting me some chickens, man, because I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich with my chickens, man. Oh man, but you got to understand, this is a long-term policy. This is not the only policy that will be put into place by a Trump White House. We saw it back in 2016, guys. He put policies into place that brought down prices, especially gas prices. I mean, shoot, the gas station right by my apartment got down to $1.20 back in, I want to say it was 2019, 2018, 2020, one of those. It was while he was in office, okay? $1.20 for a gallon of gas. That's incredible. Very cheap, and I love it. Now, you have to be able to see through the lies of the media. You have to be able to see that these people hate him. They hate him. So obviously they're going to be biased in their reporting of Donald Trump. They're going to be biased in what they say about Donald Trump. You have to do your own research. You have to research exactly what is being done. For example, if Trump says he wants to do this, okay, go watch his video. Go see exactly what he said, okay? Because the media is going to lie. The media is going to lie. Go do research for yourself. To think that the media cannot be biased, to think that the media won't lie to you, it's foolishness, okay? We have to do our due diligence as citizens, and we have to keep these media companies, we have to keep our government, we have to keep everybody accountable. And we can only do that if we know the truth. That means we got to do our own research. We got to be researching these things. We have to be finding out what's really happening out in the world when it comes to these stories. I like this economic plan. I think it's a good economic plan. Obviously, there's more. There's going to be more that comes to light in what Donald Trump wants to do if he gets reelected. And I'll be interested to find out. I hope to bring it to you guys. All right, guys, that's going to be the show. I will have another show coming for you guys on Friday. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think of this down in the comment section. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys. A key word is conversation, not a screaming and cussing match. Let's not do that. That's a great way to get blocked. I just don't have tolerance for it. It's very annoying and it doesn't solve anything. So, leave a comment in the comment section. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a debate. Whatever you guys want to do. Follow me on all the socials down in the description. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.